Good evening, masters. Hello, masters, my dear friends. Today, I would like to welcome a wonderful master from Pakistan, Abid Ali. He's a petroleum engineer by profession, working in the oil and gas exploration industry in Pakistan, associated with PSSM since August 2021. And he follows PSSM principles, and meditation has helped him in understanding the meaning of life and purpose on earth. He believes all possibilities in life exist in the universe. And also, my dear friends, he's a wonderful singer. If we get some time today, I would like to request Abid to sing for us too. So, welcome, Abid. The platform is all yours. Welcome.
Thank you, Deepika ji, and the PMC Africa team for having me again. It's a pleasure. And I think we can start with the meditation now. And then after the meditation, we will have a little chat about the energy systems in our body.
Sure.
Great.
So, Abid, are you gonna facilitate the meditation? I can share the music.
Yes, let's do this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, friends, masters, all participating today, let us sit in meditation. We are going to sit for the next 25 minutes. To sit in meditation, you need to find a comfortable place that is relatively free of distractions. I'll give the instructions for sitting on the floor. If you're sitting on the floor, just sit with your legs crossed in a crisscross position. Clasp your hands and put them on your laps. If you're wearing spectacles, you can remove them and put them to a side. And once you are in a comfortable position, just gently close your eyes. This practice of meditation that we are doing today is called Anapanasati Meditation. It was gifted to us by Gautam Buddha. An means in breath, apan means out breath, and sati means to be with. So Anapanasati means to be with the in breath and out breath. For the next 25 minutes, masters, we are going to be with the in breath and out breath. We are going to be with our natural, normal, incoming and outgoing breath. Take a moment to calm your bodies down. From the crown of your head, relaxing each part down to your toes, your forehead, your face, your neck, shoulders, arms, upper back, chest, your torso, your belly, your genitals. down your legs, all the way to your feet. Just let go. With your eyes closed, take a conscious breath in. Inhale and exhale. Let go. Inhale once more and exhale. Let go. Relax your body. And once you are relaxed, shift all your focus to your incoming and outgoing breath. Now, you don't have to breathe, you only have to be with the natural breath. So just be with the breath. If you're wondering what's the right way to breathe, the answer is there's no right way. Your way is the right way. You only have to be with the breath. You know it. So just be with it. be with the breath. It is natural to have thoughts. Thoughts of comfort, bliss, thoughts of discomfort and pain. The idea is to not attach with them. Instead, to be with the breath. As you go deeper, you may notice there's nothing but the breath. No words, no thoughts. Be with your breath. Last 5 minutes. Last 3 minutes. Let us bring our awareness to our bodies as we breathe. Let us become aware of our surroundings. And now, let us bring the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for this practice. Gratitude for this life force that enters us through our breath. Gratitude to everyone who organized this session. Gratitude to our beloved Brahmarshi Subhash Patri sir, who worked very selflessly to bring meditation into the lives of so many, so many. Let us feel the signature of gratitude. We all can be grateful right now. We all can feel this right now. It is not dependent on anything. The feeling of gratitude is of having an open heart, is of feeling an expansion inside, just a little bit of expansion. Anchor this feeling, my friends, as we move towards the end of this meditation. Anchor this feeling and imagine yourself walking and talking and doing everything in life with this feeling that you have right now. Now let us prepare to come out of meditation. Let us move our fingers and our toes a little. Let us move our neck from left to right gently. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's unclasp our hands and put them on our eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with a gentle smile, remove your hands from your eyes, taking your time. Open your eyes. Welcome.
Thank you, Master Abid. It was a beautiful meditation, very deep. Thanks a lot for conducting it on the platform of PMC Africa. I would like to thank all the friends and masters here who participated in today's meditation and enhanced the energies of this group meditation. Thank you, everyone. So let's welcome Master Abid again. Yes. So, and he's going to conduct the session today on a wonderful topic, 7 energy centers in body. So, let's have an interactive session, and please feel free if you have any doubts, any questions. So, Master Abid, would you like to start with sharing your journey a little bit, briefly,
Sure.
into
I'll
this
just
meditation journey?
share for like, yes, 5 minutes. Well, when I started meditating in 2021, I was on a career break. I had left a job. I had been working for 8 to 9 years, and by the end of 8 to 9 years, I felt a lack of purpose, a lack of drive towards things, and it felt like I had already met my purpose of getting financially stable. And then I did not understand why I was doing a job and earning money. What was it for? It did not make any sense. So I decided to take a break. And during that break, I had an opportunity to travel around and spend a lot of time in nature. And I used to travel up north in Pakistan into the hilly Himalaya mountain ranges, and I would live there on a very basic camping setup, connect with nature, connect with people. And that is where, during COVID times, a friend of mine told me that there's an online session starting on meditation. And I signed up for that with Master Manoj. It was an initial 41 days session. And that is where I got to know about the science of meditation through Master Manoj and PSSM. I got connected with that, and when I started meditating, it just felt like, okay, this is it. This feels like home. Initial journey was a little rough. It was very hard creating a habit of meditation. I was not sure how much to do and when to do. And when I used to sit, there used to be so much pains in the body. Even still, I get a great pain in my lower back. But now I have more understanding of how to get back to the breath and detach from the pains and detach from the thoughts and emotions that come through during the meditation. So yeah, that is where my journey started. I started meditating, had a lot of interactions with Patriji online, um, and a couple of other friends. There were two more colleagues of mine who started PMC Pakistan. I am not a regular member of that group, but there are people in Pakistan who are conducting meditations regularly through PMC Pakistan channel. Um, and yeah, along my journey, I after meditating, I realized that so the thing was, when I left the job, I did not know what my purpose was. And I thought, maybe when I leave my job and I start doing things that I want to do, maybe I will find my calling. But surprisingly, even when I was not working, I could not find comfort and peace inside. And that is where I had to sit with myself. And that is where PSSM also helped me, and meditation, the science of meditation, kind of helped me in understanding that maybe my purpose is not in escaping from everything else and just being with myself. Maybe my purpose is in engaging with the world. And it is, for me, it is rightly said that nirvana, or in and true liberty, is not in escaping from the world, but it is in being with the world. There is the reason I was born in a setup that I am. Even though we always have a choice to make, we can make a choice, but eventually we have to come and we have to learn the lessons that we our soul wants to. So I started working again in the same industry, in the same corporate industry, and it's been a year that I've been working. Um, so yeah, I've started working with a new understanding about life. It's still not easy, but I have the right tools through Swadhyaya and a lot of book readings. I have the tools so that I can work things out, and of course with meditation. I can detach with my old limiting beliefs and welcome and ask the universe to send me new information, new beliefs, new ways to look at things. So that's about my journey. And moving on to the topic for today, the energy centers and chakras. Um, it's also interesting how I got into the understanding of this is uh, somehow it relates a lot because I sit with myself and I do a lot of introspection and see where in the body I am feeling a pain or a blockage or an excess. So so the thing is, we are actually souls, and on the earth, we are our body, our souls are traveling within our bodies. So our bodies are our vehicles, and the medium for our souls to explore this 3D world. So our souls had decided that we need to learn such and such lessons. So we come onto this earth and interact with people and do things and learn. So our bodies are a very intelligent source um, to connect with our emotions, our beliefs, our patterns, to really understand where we can learn and what else can we learn from life. So diving into the topic of the energy centers. So our body is made up of seven main energy centers, and they are also called chakras system. And it is this concept is found in old scriptures. It's not scientifically proven, but to tell you a little about it, chakra, it literally means a spinning wheel or a disc. So our we can imagine our energy systems within our body as spinning wheels, spinning with energy. So these chakras or energy centers, they are interconnected with one another, and it creates a complete system, and it energizes with the life force energy that we have around. Everybody calls it with different names. Um, so the universal energy that we all are a part of, our energy centers are um, constantly being regulated by that. So how can we connect with these energy centers? We can connect with them through our feelings, the way we feel, what thoughts do we have, what belief systems do we have. With a little bit of introspection and some writing, also we can just look at our bodies and we can see um, what our posture is, and how we look like, how we see ourselves. Even by looking at the bodies, we can understand a lot about us and a lot about our different energy centers and where we are. So there are seven major energy centers in the body, like I told you, and there are minor energy centers also working in the bodies, somewhere in the fingertips, hands, ears, and in different extremities of our bodies. We will dive in and we will talk about all the seven energy centers, some brief information about it. So, when we are talking about these energy centers, there are some characteristics of these centers that we can read about or understand. The first is what is the location of that energy center in our body. All these seven energy centers are located along along our spine and up to the crown of our head. So they are all arranged across the spine up to the crown. So each center has a specific location across the body. So we need to understand where is this specific chakra located. Moving on from the location of this energy center, we move on to each energy center. Um, it governs a specific issue in our lives. We will discuss about each chakra later. And then there are specific goals, specific jobs each energy center has to perform. There's a specific demon. There's a specific, how do I call it? An emotion that is attached to each energy centers that creates imbalance. There's a frequency, a light frequency of attached to each chakra, the color that is. There's an element that is attached to each energy center. And when we talk about energy centers, how do we understand if it is in balance or it isn't not? If it is balanced, it is balanced. If it is not balanced, it is imbalanced. So there are two types of imbalances. One, there could be excessive energy in that system. Two, there could be deficient energy or a blockage in that particular system. And how it manifests, we will we will dive into it. Okay. Acha, please let me know when it is 11:25. I mean, 5 minutes before ending, so we can have a question answer session, and I'll just stop the presentation. So let us dive into the first chakra. The first energy center is the root. The root, as the name specifies, it is just at the base of our spine. As you can see from this picture, it's just at our tailbone and the very root of our spine. The location, it's denoted by the color red. It has the frequency of the color red. The central issue that it governs is our basic survival needs to survive on this earth, in this physical 3D plane. The goals or the purpose of this chakra is to keep us stable, grounded, keep our bodies in alignment and good physical health, and our prosperity. The demon that it has is fear. It is greatly affected by the emotions of fear. The color is red, and the element attached to it is earth. So when there is excess energy in this chakra, how it manifests, how we can, you know, maybe identify that this chakra is in excess, the energy is in excess, is by feeling heaviness, some laziness, be feeling inactive, overly attached to worldly material stuff that you cannot, holding on to things that you cannot leave. If there is deficiency in this chakras, so if it is, the energy is lower than the balanced energy state, excuse me, then we usually feel fearful, afraid of everything, afraid something is going to get wrong. Um, in every situation, we feel a fear. Um, if it is deficient, there is some indiscipline in life, unable to manage the daily chores on a regular basis. There, some restlessness can be seen, which also comes from being fearful. We can also see a deficiency by from our weights. If the weight is lower than the required amount of weight for a specific person, it may mean that there is a deficiency in the root chakra. Moving on to the second one is the sacral chakra. It is located a couple of inches above the root chakra, and mostly around our genitals. So based on its location, its central issue is basically to regulate our sexual desires and sexual needs. Also, this is the place where emotions are also present. So if we need to connect with our emotions, we may start connecting with our sacral chakra. The main purpose of this chakra in our lives is to provide fluidity, healthy emotions, a healthy sexuality, the feeling of pleasure, having pleasure in life and accepting pleasure. Um, the demon of this chakra is guilt, and sometimes when it happens, how if I am having an example in my head right now is sometimes I have felt um, I have felt a discomfort with pleasure, discomfort with having pleasure in life. And sometimes having pleasure gives a guilt that, okay, I am having something in life, but someone else is not having that. So I feel guilty of having that pleasure. So this is where the sacral chakra is at work, and the demon of the sacral chakra is at work. The color of this chakra is orange, and the element that it represents is water. Um, if there is excess of energy in this chakra, so we feel more emotional. We may react to things easily. We may have an emotional reaction to everything that is happening. If it is deficient, similarly, we may not be able to express or even feel our own emotions. Um, if it is in excess, there may be a lack of boundaries. Access means more fluidity, more limitlessness than it is required. So we may have poor boundaries. And similarly, if it is deficient, there may be a lot of boundaries and a lot of rigidity in life, where we find it hard to change. A lot of times when we um, for I'm telling you with my own example because it is different from for everyone else. A lot of times when I got into meditation and I realized that a lot of the belief system that I have is need to be relooked at and need to be changed a little. So that is where it was difficult to change. So if you find it difficult to change your belief systems or even um, learn about newer things, that is where maybe there's a blockage in the sacral chakra, and you can work with that and get it going. Moving on to the third chakra, the solar plexus. It is present across the abdomen, maybe probably somewhere where the liver lies. And interestingly, when there's I don't know what kind of hepatitis is that. It's also called jaundice. If you have that disease in your liver, you can see a color of yellow in your eyes, and your whole skin becomes yellow. So the color of this energy center is yellow. The central issue that it has, that it governs, is your identity, your personal identity and personal power. This is a place where ego also resides. So the goal of this chakra is for you to have a feeling of identity, um, feeling of self-esteem, understanding of who you are, what is your purpose in life. This is where your purpose lives. The demon that affects this chakra is the emotion of shame. The color that it is represented with is yellow, and the element is fire. Now, if this chakra is in excess of energy, which means since it governs our power and our will and our identity, if there is an excess of energy in this center, we tend to be very dominant and having a very dominant personality, very controlling and aggressive. And similarly, if there's a deficiency, um, we may be very we may have a very poor self esteem, and we may feel weaker inside, and we may feel unable to express our desires, unable to set our boundaries, unable to say yes when we want to, unable to say no to things that we don't want to do. So if there is a deficiency in the solar plexus, we may feel a fear of expressing ourselves. Now let's move on to the fourth chakra, that is the heart. And as the name suggests, it is present near the heart in the center of our chest at the heart level. The central issues of this chakra is love and relationships. So it involves a lot of interpersonal relationships and the relationship with your own self. The goal of this energy center are to create a balance in life, to have compassion towards others and to yourself, and having good relationships in life. If you're feeling a lack of trust with yourself, a lack of trust with others, and maybe sometimes there are grudges with people, and difficult times in depending with one another. So that is the reason, could be that the heart chakra may be blocked. So the color of this chakra is green, and the demon of this chakra is the emotion of grief. So if there is unresolved grief, if there is something, usually when when things in life happen, um, usually usually some loss that occurs to us. Um, Sometimes one may not be able to express how hurt one person is, and usually the society tells us to hide our tears and to act strong and to be strong. But unfortunately, the split side of that is some emotions, some hurt, some tears, they are left unexpressed, and those are the things that compound into unresolved grief. And once that happens, the heart chakra gets imbalanced. The element of this chakra is air, and if the heart chakra is excessively energized, it could manifest as codependency, being too dependent on others, having poor boundaries, being very possessive and clingy. Jealousy also comes from this. And if it is in deficient of energy, then there may be a difficulty in connecting with people, and hence the feeling of loneliness and I being isolated, um, thinking that nobody understands me and I do not connect with people. This is where the heart chakra is blocked. Moving up towards us, moving up along the spine, we move to our uh, fifth chakra, that is the throat chakra. Now, throat chakra also, as the name suggests, it is present on our throat. And the central issue, the main purpose of this chakra is to communicate, is to have communication. And when we talk about communication, it is communication with others, and also how we communicate with our own self, how, what is our inner talk like. It's it's so its goals are, if a balanced throat chakra means that we have clear communication with one another, we can clearly express our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, our ideas. We can put them into words, and hence once we have clear communication, we can be more creative, and we can bring out ideas when we are able to express clearly. The demon of this chakra is lies, is lying. and it is expressed by the color blue. The element of this chakra is sound, and what are the excesses and deficiencies is, as it governs its purpose is communication. If the chakra is very much energized, we may be excessively talking, and when we are talking excessively, it blocks our ability to listen, really listen. Also, if this chakra, the energy in this chakra is deficient, is less, then clearly we may be unable to speak clearly. We may be unable to express our emotions, thoughts, feelings, beliefs in words. We may be unable to articulate what we think and put that into words. And there are some speech inabilities that happen with people. So it is very much related to the throat chakra. Now let's move on to the
Sorry to interrupt you, Abid. There are a
Ji.
few questions in the chat. Would you like to take parallelly or would you like to take at the end?
um okay, I would like to take it in the end. So
Okay.
मैं थोड़ा सा इसको I will make it a little shorter. um so I'll move quickly.
Yeah, friends, you can ask you can type your questions. That's
Yeah.
very good that you are interacting with the session. So please type your questions in the chat. And once the session is ended, so Abid is going to give the answer. Thank you, Master.
Yes, thank you. And sorry, I'm a little new to giving presentations, so it actually blocks my thought process when I'm talking in the middle. So please bear with
No,
me.
no, you're doing it very wonderfully, Abid.
All right,
Yes.
great. So we are moving on to the second last, our sixth chakra. Now we have from the spine, we have moved on to our heads, and this third eye chakra is actually present between on our forehead, between our eyes. The color that it is represented with is indigo, and the purpose and the central issue of this chakra is to have intuitive and imaginative powers in our life, to be able to imagine, to be able to uh, construct ideas and construct images and visualizations in our mind. The goals of this energy center are psychic perception, accurate interpretation of things, and really seeing things in life for what they are. It also governs our imaginative power. So people who are in creative fields, um, a balanced third eye chakra, it helps in generating ideas. It helps in generating creative ideas at work or in life, in other aspects of life. The demon of this chakra is illusion. Um, Illusion is living in a false perception, and the element of this chakra is light. If this our third eye chakra has excess of energy, um, we may there may be signs of hallucinations, seeing things that aren't there, or delusions, understanding things that are not actually true, or in our physical body, it can manifest as headaches, migraines, and nightmares. But if it is deficient of energy, then one may face poor memory. The vision may be poor. Right now, why I am wearing these glasses is because my eye is infected. There's an infection going on. So it's an interesting thing that I feel maybe my third eye was not very much in balance, so it was prone to getting an infection from someone else. So I got an infection easily. A lot of my colleagues did not at work, but I got an infection. So maybe my third eye chakra was not in a balanced state, so it could catch an infection easily. So deficiency of energy in the third eye chakra can also lead to problems with eyesight. Eyesight literally, and also seeing things as they clearly are. Let's move on to the crown chakra, and then we will go for the question answers. The crown chakra is situated in the top of our head, on the crown of our head. And its purpose in our life is to create awareness. Its goals are gaining knowledge, information, and putting that information, knowledge together to create wisdom from it. It also helps in our spiritual connection, um, and it also helps us in getting information from the inner divine wisdom that we already have. The demon of this energy system, energy center is attachment, getting too attached with things. Um, its color is violet, and the element that is associated with it is the space, the place, the huge space where all the possibilities and all the um, ideas exist. If the crown chakra is in excess of energy, um, what happens, what it manifests as is over intellectuality, over analyzing things. Usually, when we start learning, when I started learning about spiritual sciences, there was a point where I started um, rationalizing things and analyzing things to a greater extent in a way that if I did not used to find an answer, it used to make me uncomfortable. So I may be attached to being to finding answers and to find rational answers to everything. Another thing that happens if the energy center, the crown chakra, is in excess of energy is spiritual addiction, and a lot of confusion in life, lack of clarity. If it has less energy in the crown chakra, what happens is we may find it hard to learn about things. We may find it hard to gather information about a lot of things. We may find ourselves blocked or resistant towards learning new things, learning more. Limited beliefs and materialism. Yeah. So this was about all the 7 chakras, and quickly I'll go through this slide and then we can have a question answer session. Is how do we work with this information? So we need to, first of all, we need to understand that we are not the body, we are the soul. This information is great to help us heal and help us learn more about ourselves, but at any point it is not supposed to make us judge ourselves or feel too overly critical about ourselves. Or it could happen we may start finding things in other people, like uh, my friend is not understanding what I'm saying. Maybe his throat chakra is blocked, so we don't have to do that. So and we don't have to interfere in anybody's journey. This is just an information to learn and to learn more about ourselves. So first thing that we can do is to understand and learn more about the chakra system. There's a great book And that is the book actually where I got all this information from. And the name is written on the bottom of the slide. It's called Eastern Body, Western Mind, and it's written by Anoida Judith. It's a great book and very easy to read. So you can grab a hold of that and read about chakras in detail. What we also need to do is to sit with ourselves and journal and write what emotions, what thoughts are coming to our minds. And from there, we can also understand about our belief system, what core belief systems are working that are creating these thoughts and thoughts and emotions in our lives. We can practice a lot of things for each chakra. There's a specific diet, there's a specific thing that we can eat and provide our body with. We can use affirmations. Affirmations is a great way to work with the chakras. And when we are using affirmations, the thing is sometimes it may not feel like whatever we are saying, what words you are saying for affirmations, it may feel that it is not coming genuinely from inside, and that's okay. To begin with, only you can only start with uttering the words. You can just start by saying the words and build a practice with that. Eventually the universe is going to arrange what words you have sent out. So trust the process, and yeah, learn about the excess and deficiency, and see how can you balance your chakra system. This is also great information, but I think we can skip this for now and resume it maybe in the next session, a continuation of this. So yeah, thank you very much. That's all that I had to share today.
Thank you, Master Abid. It was a wonderful session and very detailed information you have gathered for us and simplified it very beautifully. So now I would like to ask all the friends and masters who are present in this session today, please come up with your questions. And yes, feel free to ask, or you can type in the chat. One already question. Yes, sorry, Meena, you can continue.
That's okay. I did put the question on the chat, but I am just looking for some. I do some meditations and chakra meditations and things, but to help balance the chakras, because I find myself when something goes wrong, I can just give a recent example. Like yesterday, for example, my daughter and her partner were in the taxi, and they came to a restaurant where we were going to have dinner, and they left all their suitcases and everything in this taxi, didn't think, came out, and after a little while realized they've left it. And luckily at the end of the day they did get it all back, but at the time I saw my daughter panicking, I started panicking, my heart started beating, oh my god, what's going to happen? And my emotions just went all over the place. So I do tend to like not able to stay calm, in these sort of situations, although realizing there's nothing I can do, but just go into this little, my heart starts beating faster, and get into these emotions. Oh, what's going to happen, and feel for her, and and oh no, what's happened so quickly? In 1 minute all is calm, and next minute all's gone wrong. So it's just trying to balance. I think it's part of our chakras or our emotions, just looking on tips how to keep calm really in all situations.
So if I may ask you, what do you think, if you just breathe and connect with yourself and get into that moment, what was the emotion? What was the emotion that you had? What was the feeling?
You mean how I was when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like feeling of losing control, I think, of myself. like thinking, oh no, what if all these thoughts kept going, oh no, what if the taxi driver doesn't come back and bring the things back, and seeing
You
the
were
pain.
afraid what if
Yes. Yeah.
you don't get the stuff back. So the emotion that was dominant in that particular scenario was of fear.
Fear, yeah, I would say
So
fear, yeah. And
yes.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like we talked, fear is the emotion of the root chakra.
Uh-huh.
So what
Yeah.
you can do is do some stuff for that. I had prepared this slide. As you can see on the screen, you
Mm-hmm.
can do some affirmations that you can sit. The best time to do affirmations is right in the morning. When you wake
Mm-hmm.
up, you can just sit with yourself, breathe, and you can just repeat a couple times one of these affirmations. My favorite one for the root chakra is this, that all of my needs are met right here and right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And other than that, what you can do is you can create a practice of gratitude. You can work, if you like gardening, you can work with soil a little, or clay, connect with the earth, because the element of this chakra is earth. It connects you with the ground. When you're grounded, you may feel less fearful and more aware.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah. So there's stuff that you can make a practice of. Start with
Yeah.
little smaller habits, for
Mm.
start with affirmations, and yeah.
And then we should be like slowly able to handle these sort of situations when they come. So I guess that should help towards that.
Yes, always you
Yeah.
can do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why I want to build on, not going in such a panic, because my husband is very opposite of me.
Yeah.
And, he'll say, it's not in my hands. So, we pray, but, it doesn't get into that situation.
Mm,
So he can't understand why I feel like this. And I can't understand how anybody can stay so calm. And it's just the way we're made, or is it in our nature, or, it's just something
yeah.
I'm in my 60s now. So I feel, although I'm doing all this meditation and mantras and praying and everything, and why I still get into this physical mode again, material mode, and get into this drama of it all. Although I know the theory of it all, but in practice, seem not as easy. So it's just, as you say, small steps.
Yeah,
But
Meenaji, yes.
gets frustrating.
Increase your time of meditation a little, and
Mhm.
please be kind to yourself. And
Yeah.
you may also read about the heart chakra, and you can do some self affirmations about loving yourself.
Mhm. Yeah.
um, yes, sometimes we become a little unkind to our own selves when
Mm.
times like this come. So it's very important to love yourself. Look at yourself into the mirror every morning. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. I love you, Meena. You are beautiful. You are grounded. You are, yeah, you're so grounded, and I love you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
remembering the soul, and yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Abid, there are some questions in the chat. Would you like to take up those questions?
See,
So,
let me see.
yeah, so one of them is like by Maitri. She has asked like how to activate chakras. Like, is there any process for activating it on daily basis?
Hmm. Well, the chakras are already in function. They are already um, spinning, and they are already in action. So what we need to really do is, the best way is to meditate, and just connect with the breath, and um, only the breath. So we do not, when we are meditating, we do not have to think. Okay, we don't have to get attached to the thoughts. What we don't have to do, we just have to focus on one single thing that we are doing and we are doing is just to be with the breath. Because even if it starts feeling better in meditation, now the mind starts attaching to the outcome of the meditation. Oh, it feels so great and I feel so centered. Even we don't have to attach with that. So to activate or to energize your chakras, the best thing is Anapanasati meditation. That's it, hands down. And um, to understand what is which energy center is blocked or is deficient, we can definitely see uh, we can see what are the aspects of our life that need more clarity or more understanding, where we may feel a blockage, or we may feel we may feel that we are not in synchronicity with our we ourselves. So once we get attached, once we get to understand here our thoughts and our emotions, we may write them down, and we can see and we can feel in our body if there is a pain or a tingling sensation, or if there is a slight bit of dis-ease in the body anywhere, an illness that has recently occurred, maybe a fever, maybe a headache, maybe a backache, maybe an issue with the bones. So we can connect with that, the message that our body is giving, and then we can learn, uh, back calculate which chakra is it coming from, and then we can build little habits to sort or start healing ourselves. And the last question by Mohini is the same. Now we need to learn how to activate and balance all the chakras. So Mohini, again, the best thing is to meditate. Make a practice of meditating each day at the same time. This is something one has to do. Matlab, there is no ifs and buts about it. If you like it, you have to do it. If you don't like it, you have to do it. You have a chart for affirmation for root, sacral, solar. Yes. Can you share a chart for other three chakras? Sure.
Abid, maybe you can share this as a PDF, and then we can share it with everyone in the group.
Oh, definitely. Yes, this can be
Yes,
done.
we can do that. Thank you.
Yes. I will share this whole presentation and then everyone can access it. And if somebody is an avid reader, please find this book and read it.
And I would like to add one more thing from my personal experience. When I also, apart from meditation, you can always do a grounding. You can go outside in the nature and then just walk barefoot and just, command yourself, like all the energies which are not serving you anymore, just leave it right now. So it works very effectively, like maybe because of the nature which is there, the energies and vibrations which are there. So yes, friends, you can try that too. Connect with the nature, and that can also heal you well. Yeah. Hardeep ji, would you like to say anything? You have raised your hand. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, hello everybody. I just had a question. How do we use the crystals?
Right. So, crystals can be used in a number of ways. Um, Either while meditating, you can keep a crystal in your hand, or even if you are not meditating, you can usually carry it in your purse when you're traveling around. Some people like to keep it under their pillows when they are sleeping. There are some crystals that are water friendly also. So some people make crystal infused water. So you can just put the crystal in a jar and fill it with water, and you can just keep refilling it and drinking from it. That is one way to use crystals. Um, um, People like to wear rings, jewelry made of crystals, so that it's closer to your body too. There are multiple ways that you can use crystals.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Also, there are crystal pyramids that are considered very high in energy. So they are pyramids, and a specific angle of pyramid that PSSM also suggests. We need to check the angle of the pyramid also. So pyramids also bring great energy. Crystal pyramids also bring great energy. I haven't had a personal experience with crystals a lot, but it feels like yes, crystals are a good source.
And there are a few more questions, Abid, and you can yeah, Mohini ji, she's asking, like, is there anything specific for improving health issues? For example, maybe affirmation for health apart from daily meditation.
Yes, definitely. So when we talk about health issues, we are actually talking about our physical body, the body that we experience only in this 3D plane. So it body issues are related with the root chakra mm, that govern our survival in this world. What we can do is for improving health issues, the best affirmation that you can do is you can sit with yourself and just tell yourself that I am healthy, I am happy, my body is in great health. And not only that, with affirmations you can also use some visualization, and you can also try to access, the feeling of having a healthy body, how it would feel like if you are healthy, how would you walk, how would you talk, how would you interact with the world when you are healthy, when you think that your body is in great health. So you can use affirmations, and you can also at the same time use visualization. And it's not a very big deal, it's a very small thing to do, but you need to make a practice of it. Um, you, you need to give yourself a specific amount of time, just maybe 5 minutes in the morning, um, but make a habit to do it daily and consistently, and sit with yourself and just tell yourself, my body is in great shape, my body is in great health. And after that, you just wrap that affirmation up and leave it in the universe, and to just let the universe work. What your work is to only um, use these affirmations regularly for a longer period of time. The universe is going to work on its own, and you do not need to worry about the outcome at all. At the same time, with affirmation, you need to have this feeling of gratitude that it has already happened. Your body is in great health right now. You have to bring that uh, feeling of gratitude. Okay, thank you. I already have great health. So, along with affirmations, you need to bring in some gratitude that it has already happened. So, once you know that it has happened, you don't have to worry that it's not there. So you have to be in the state, and the universe will bring it to you. And there's no doubt about it. It does. If it is not bringing it to you, maybe there's something else that you need to do. But if you're doing the right way, the universe brings it to you. Great.
Thank you, Abid. It was explained beautifully. So yeah. So if we have some more questions, we can take. Otherwise, I think thank you everyone for being here. And I think we are over time, working already over time. And thank you for your patience, everyone, for staying till the last. So we can, yeah, anyone would like to share their experiences. So the platform is open. Please come. And any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. Yes, Hardeep, you can also start your video and ask your question.
Okay. I just wanted to ask about the diet. As you've said, there's meditation, diet, crystals, nature, and all that. On diet, then how do you go about it?
Right. So there are different types of foods that are helpful for each energy system. For example, um, let me share my slide again. For example, if we are talking about the first root chakra, so as the name suggests, root, it is and we, this it governs our connection with the earth. So vegetables that grow underground, for example, beetroot, potatoes, carrots, radishes. So any vegetables that grow underground are great for root chakra. If we talk about the sacral chakra, the color sacral chakra is orange. We can have citrus fruits. Winters are coming, so it will be orange season. It's a great time um, to provide for our sacral chakra. And so citrus fruit and anything orange works for sacral chakra. Anything yellow works for solar plexus. Solar plexus is also the place of the solar plexus is around our stomach region. So good digestion. It manifests as good digestion or bad digestion. So you can have whole grain foods and pulses and lentils to support the solar plexus. When we talk about heart, we talk about the color green. So anything green, leafy vegetables, apples, fruits like that can be helpful for the heart. If we talk about the throat is the best thing for throat is having water, lots of water, and another great way is to drink water through a straw. It's also a good way to energize the throat chakra. For the third eye, usually it's for the third eye, where as we go upwards, the frequency of these chakras gets a little higher. So as we go towards the upper chakras, for example, for the crown, it is great, even best to have a fasting and not eat anything at all. And for the third eye, berries, blueberries, and what else could be there? Deepika ji, anything else for the third eye? I don't think of a lot of options for third eye.
Maybe I think beetroot because it has a color of purplish, or yeah, grapes.
Yeah,
I think
grapes,
purple
red
grapes.
grapes will be great. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Purple
yes,
grapes will be great. Yes.
yes.
Beetroot is
Yeah.
for the root.
Root
Um,
chakra. Yes.
yeah.
I think maybe aubergine also. It has purple color. Aubergine.
Yes.
Yes. Eggplant we call it. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you very
think purple for the third eye.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hardeep, for asking the question.
Welcome.
Okay. But friends, the bottom line is meditation is the bottom line of everything. All this information is secondary, and but meditation is primary. Anapanasati meditation, the regular practice of Anapanasati meditation, it will bring you the right information that you need. And and then secondarily, you can keep learning about other things too. Whatever excites us, whatever we like to think, like to learn about.
Abid, there is one more question in the chat. How we know that if some chakras are overactivated and underactivated? It's by Lakshmi ji.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so like we talked, um,
You
yeah.
shared in your
So,
slide also about this
I did.
overactive.
So there
Yes,
are,
yes,
there
yeah,
are,
you already
uh,
shared this.
so overactivation of or underactivation, Lakshmi ji, it manifests as situations in our life, maybe some difficult or some challenging times, something that challenges you mentally or physically. Physical ailments, diseases, pains in the body. Um, that is how you can sit with yourself and identify which energy center is in access or blockage.
Abid, we will share this
Thank you so much.
PDF in the group, I think. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Hardeep ji.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess I'm asking too many questions, but I just wanted to know that these days, like kids in school, there are a couple of kids have got learning difficulties. So they come up, this child has got autism, dyslexia, ADHD, and all this. So for certain children, then how do you heal who have got a poor memory and all that? What's the best way?
So,
How can we help
that's a, see, for these special abilities, I think the crown chakra is needs to be looked into. And when we talk about crown chakra, so the activities that are usually advised are praying or meditating and fasting. But with children, we cannot work on that. Um, but
I think
helping
digital detox can work. Digital detox.
digital detox can work. Yes.
What
Yes.
is that? Digital detox?
Keeping away your children from the devices and the screen time, reducing the screen time with them
Oh, okay.
and limiting that. Yeah, I
Oh,
can add my experience. I was teaching one of my student and he was ADHD. And then I asked the parents for the permission. So whenever I used to start the session with him, we used to do 10 minutes meditation just to
okay.
make him, for like make his attention, increase his attention span. So during the meditation, I always used to affirm, like, yes, to him that his attention span is increasing. He is more focused. So this is also, if we know the particular, this problem with the child, so we can affirm that, to make them realize, they make them feel more empowered by adding the affirmations during the meditation. So and then increase their attention span and learning time. So this is one of the things which you can try.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for asking the question. So we have one more question here. Once we establish the chakra, which is either over or underactive, do we direct the meditation energy to that particular chakra to change the energy, or just do Anapanasati as we have been taught? Yes, Abid, what is your take on
Hmm.
this?
Right. You can, yes, you can meditate um, on that chakra, but what you can do is you can begin with an affirmation or you can begin with an intention that I am sitting in meditation with an intention to heal whatever energy center that we are working with. Um, and yes, you can guide yourself and you can feel energy entering into that. But the thing is, Mohini ji, when we are when we are sitting in meditation and we are guiding the energy into it, we are also guiding it from the the understanding of guiding it or understanding of changing it the way we know. but then the universe may work in a different way, may work as a different way of healing. So personally, I do not usually enjoy spending the whole meditation into it. The best way for me is to start Anapanasati meditation, put an intention that I am healing. Yeah, for example, sacral chakra, if I want to work on, I can put an intention that my sacral chakra is healing, and then I can go into Anapanasati meditation. I don't have to put my attention towards a specific chakra. So yeah, this will be a great way, because when you tell the universe now that it is happening, the universe works on its own way. We do not need to interfere with that. We just have to enjoy the outcomes of it. We don't have to interfere with how the universe works.
Thank you, Abid. It was such a wonderful and informative session. And we didn't feel like that is your first session. You conducted it so very beautifully. And I would like to thank all our audiences and participants today for being so inquisitive and curious and asking your questions and being interactive. And thank you again, Abid, for beautifully answering their questions. And thanks again for everyone for their patience, for staying till the last. I think we are over time today. But yes, the session was very beautiful and informative. Thank you so much, Abid, for today's session.
Thank
And
you. Thank
I will
you,
unmute everyone here. And if you want to express your gratitude, so yes, you can say, let's unmute everyone.
Thank you very much. That was very, very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you
Chala.
for the great question.
Thank you all.
Please come
Thank
again.
you very much. Thank you very much.